see where I'm going, new vision has come over me. You see how I'm growing, new vision has come over me. Please be patient with me, I promise you'll see. New visions manifest a dream. Come along, free your mind with our work and time. See a new vision, new vision, 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 new vision.
Hi, my name is Mark Dunetz. I'm the president of New Visions for Public Schools, and I just wanted to send an extra special congratulations to the class of 2021 from Humanities 4. You are the inaugural class, the first class. The legacy you leave behind, your successes, all the things you've done to build the wonderful school that you're graduating from will be something that generations of students behind you benefit from. So congratulations to all your accomplishments, and I wish you all the best as you transition into the next steps in your life.
Good morning to my fellow graduates, friends, family, teachers, and staff. Today, June 29th, marks a very special day, our first ever graduation. My name is Samantha, and I've been the class president for the last 2 years. The founding class is finally graduating. It's crazy to think that after all this talk of graduating, the day is finally here. 4 years have passed in a blink of an eye. We've grown up together. We are no longer classmates, but friends and family. It saddens me we couldn't spend this last year together, but in a way thankful because we were able to become more independent and build our character. It has only proven how we can overcome any challenge that comes our way. You should be very proud of yourselves because I know I am. I'll miss you, fellow classmates, but I wish you the best in all your future endeavors. Congratulations, we did it, class of 2021. Before we move forward, I want to remind us of the pledge we created together in 2017 that speaks to the mission and vision we have all been a part of building. I commit to doing my best and not giving up. I reflect on my choices and envision infinite possibility. I act on my ideas to make the world a better place. I trust that my school community will support me to excel at finding my purpose. We will now hear from our principal, Ms. Keene, a woman we should all be thankful for because even in the worst of times and when there seemed to be no hope, she made things possible. Ms. Keene has supported us since day one, and I will truly miss her enthusiastic, determined, hardworking self. Thank you.
Welcome, founding class of 2021, and all those watching this ceremony, caregivers, community supporters, staff, and extended family. My name is Hannah Keene, and I am the founding principal of New Vision's Charter High School for the Humanities 4, or as we like to call it, Hum 4 Nation. The word founder carries with it connotations of creativity and innovation, determination, native intelligence, and a sense of courage. I cannot think of more fitting words to describe you all, not just now, but when I first met you. You carry within yourselves everything you need to succeed. My hope has always been that this school community could be a place where we could practice not only what it means to commit, reflect, envision, act, trust, and excel, but where you would feel safe enough to step outside of your comfort zone on excursions and in projects, where you would have the opportunity to present your ideas over and over again, where we would make mistakes, revise, and move onward, and where you would have the freedom to practice using your voices in empowering ways, creating unique work that you are proud of. Over the last 4 years, I have been so honored to witness the growth in your collective and individual creativity, innovation, determination, intelligence, and courage. I want to provide a striking example for each of these traits of a founder. Creativity. This is all about imagination and original ideas. I must spotlight senior capstone projects here. You can see this reflected even in the titles of our finalist projects. Do not ever forget the power of your ideas, that you can share them in ways that will provoke others to listen and act. You can create, even in the most odd, unexpected, or challenging circumstances. I know that at times this requires trust, Thank you for extending that to us over and over again as we built this school together using our imaginations and ideas. Innovation. Ensemble with you, especially our first 2 years, gave life to a unique approach to advisory. You gave an identity to what has been called the heartbeat of our school. Whether during an improv game, discussion on a current event, or on an excursion, I know you exercised a lot of risk-taking as we built community through Ensemble. And I have the videos to prove it. Now, our approach is one that has been shared across the network. Determination. I commit to doing my best and not giving up. That's the first line of the pledge you wrote in 2017. Starting a school was harder than we thought it would be, wasn't it? But we did not give up. This is one of the most important characteristics that I've tried to model for you as a principal. Do not forget what you are capable of. Do not forget what you can do independently and with others. Determination doesn't mean that you are not nervous, and it often means you make mistakes. It means that you put forward your best effort, you stay focused on your vision, and you revise until you are proud of your work. There are so many examples of ways you have demonstrated determination over the last 4 years. I want to highlight the following examples because they represent our collective effort. Creating the opportunity to earn a Regents diploma with advanced designation in the arts was not easy for many reasons, and especially during a 1.5 years of learning remotely. That being said, I want to celebrate the following students who passed the arts commencement exam, which is a step in earning the designation in the arts. Estella B, Timur U, Shamshir K, Angel H, Rachel T, Joan F, Amelia T, Hope B, Amelia M, Jaden A, Melanie R, Jalea B, China B, and Isaiah M. The following students passed the arts commencement exam and earned 10 credits in one art major, thereby earning a Regents diploma with advanced designation in the arts. Estella B, Joan F, Angel H, Shamshir K, Amelia M, Isaiah M, Melanie R, Rachel T, Amelia T, and Timur U. As another big example of your determination, I am so proud to stand here knowing that we anticipate 92.6% of our students will graduate in June and 94% by August. Well done. Intelligence. Remember that there are many forms of intelligence beyond what is reflected in a test score. Here I want to spotlight the last 1.5 years where many of you had to take on additional responsibilities at home during the pandemic, where you had to quickly adapt to working more autonomously and via technology. You have grown substantially in your intrapersonal intelligence. That is your ability to work independently, set goals, and focus on achieving them, understanding your feelings, and knowing your strengths and weaknesses. The pandemic and many other challenges we have faced together, to a certain degree, forced our development in this area. But I know that this intelligence will serve you well on any path your journeys take you. And the last trait of a founder is courage. Here, I just want to thank you for the empathy and strength that you showed me after Mr. Matra passed. I think going through that loss with you created an understanding and depth that can only be described as remarkable. I know that your strength through that experience came in part from other moments in your lives where you have developed courage. I will never forget reading your end-of-year reflections in 2019, how every single one of you remarked that you were proud of how we navigated our grief together and came out stronger because of it. Through your work as founders, you have played a pivotal role in establishing the rituals, values, excursions, games, projects, partnerships, and art that we are now known by. I want you to know that it has been my greatest challenge and joy so far in life to walk with you on this journey. It isn't over today, The journey to excel at finding your purpose will continue for the rest of your life. It is hard to imagine Hume 4 without you. If what you have done here is any indication of what is possible, then I have no doubt that you will, in your own ways, continue to make the world a better place. And as you do, I hope you will stay in touch and share your stories with me. And when I say that, I don't just mean the easy, successful stories. One day I hope to welcome you back as a guest, as an adult staff member, or as a colleague. Onward. I'm proud to announce the recipients of our Certificates of Growth in all content areas. For English Language Arts, Eric Malicio. For Dance, Joan Flores. Mathematics, Brayshawn Edwards. Music, Darius Jones. Physical Education, Jaden Abdeen. Science, Nina Davidson. Social Studies, Darius Jones. Visual Arts, Olga Struck. Foreign Language, Shamshir Khan.
Good afternoon, class of 2021 of Hume 4. I am Jaden Abdeen. I wanted to share some words of affirmation and most importantly, congratulate and eulogize you all on making it this far. Despite the many obstacles that we've encountered and the loss of significant figures such as Mr. Matra, you guys have ushered great change by fighting the fight and battling towards the end for academic excellence, and putting us into the position to be one of the schools with the highest graduation rates in the network. In our first year, we removed gating on windows that made us feel trapped in. We endured the struggle of having to eat in a smaller cafeteria than other schools. We endured the inaccessibility to bigger gyms. And we also endured the challenge of founding a new school and exploring an uncharted territory in which we didn't feel that we were initially a part of. However, we created our own solid foundation throughout the years. We are now the second largest school on campus, and we created our own spaces and unique identity through the arts. With that being said, I would like to give props to you all for the perseverance and unique energy you have brought to this school, even throughout the COVID crisis. You have made these 4 years special for me. I would like to thank all my educators, our school staff, my friends, and my family, and Ms. Keene for making it possible to have an empowering school experience, and most importantly, putting your best foot forward and having us leave the school better than we had came. A recent thing I've been thinking about is work effort and humility. I remember hearing from Mrs. Sylvester that you cannot get anything from zero. Zero effort will always equal zero. I feel like it stuck out to me because it reminded me that what I invest into myself is what I will receive and reap the fruits of in the future. Speaking of investing in oneself, it made me think of time as a currency because let's all admit, school is frustrating, tiresome, and feels expendable sometimes, and it may make you feel like you aren't getting anything out of it. It's called an investment. Think of the stock market. You invest something and it accumulates more and more over time. But with no initial investment, there is no compound or accumulation. Right here and right now is the most important moment to mold into what you want for your future self. Here's a short poem I made in hopes to inspire you guys. With working days as long as night, you drift away but need to fight. Often given despite not getting. The pay is there but not the right setting. You must be like the sun, always ready to rise but never afraid to set. Thank you.
Welcome class of 2021, families and friends. Congratulations, you've officially made it to graduation. While we are celebrating this huge milestone in your life and all the things you have accomplished so far, this is just the beginning of your journey. High school has been the place where you started to identify who you are and what path you wanted to venture on. But now you are taking off to make your marks on the world. Whether you have decided to go to college, military, workforce, or take a gap year in this next chapter of your life, you are all going to be faced with questions and making decisions about your future. Just like you've experienced so far, some will be easy choices and others will be more difficult to make. These past 4 years, we've taught you to be artist scholars that have the skills to make difficult choices. Think back to the habits of the graduate: commit, reflect, envision, act, trust, and excel when making decisions, and use them as a guide to create your path. While we want you to think back to your time in high school and about the habits we have instilled in you, it is also the time to venture into new opportunities and experiences. I remember when I first went to college, I wanted to just go to class and then go home. My first semester was miserable because I felt isolated. So I decided to step out of my comfort zone. I thought to myself about what I wanted to get out of this next chapter in my life, and that no one really knew me yet at college. I made the choice to get more involved and immerse myself in the culture and to see what made me happy. So I joined several clubs and organizations to eventually become part of the student government. I made new friends and started to explore potential pathways that would make me happy in this life. To this day, I continue to try to push myself out of my comfort zone to discover more about myself and what I enjoy in life. For those of you that don't know me, I'm a bit obsessed with Disney. And my favorite Walt Disney quote is, "Around here, however, we don't look backwards for very long. We keep moving forward, opening up new doors, and doing new things because we're curious. And curiosity keeps leading us down new paths." Graduates, use this as your mantra as you leave high school and start this new chapter in your life. Remember the lessons you've learned in high school, but continue to venture down new paths, exploring new opportunities, and determine what makes you happy. Continue to push yourselves to be the best self and make the impact on your community and the world you wish to see. You may be nervous as you start to make these adult decisions, but remember that you will always have a support team to guide and support you. Hume 4 will always be a place where you can look back to and seek support when needed. But remember, you are leading the charge now. You make your future and continue to open up new doors and opportunities for yourself. I'm extremely proud of all of you and cannot wait to see the paths you all take and the change you make in the world. I now have the honor to recognize the following recipients for perfect attendance, Student Achievement Awards by Department, President's Award for Educational Achievement, and President's Award for Educational Excellence. Thank you. The recipient for perfect attendance, Ernest Afia. The Certificates of Achievement recipients are in English Language Arts, Shamshir Khan. Dance is Timur Yusinovich. In Mathematics, Timur Yusinovich. In Music, Cassandra Samuels. In Physical Education, Joandy De La Cruz. In Science, Amelia Tassiri. In Social Studies, Rachel Todd. In Visual Arts, Amelia Tassiri. And in Foreign Language, Melanie Ramnarine. This next award, the Presidential Award for Educational Achievement, recognizes students that have shown growth over the course of the 4 years in high school, both in character and educational achievement. The recipients are Estella Betrayal, Michael Curry, Malaysia Dockery, Brashawn Edwards, Joan Flores, Darius Jones, Jaden Mayfield, Isaiah McEthern, Anuradha Persad, Shaileandra Porin, Tavon Tapper, Willis Smith, and Amin Unisi. The Presidential Award for Educational Excellence recognizes students with a GPA of 90% or higher. The recipients are Shamshir Khan, Amelia Masula, Melanie Ramnarine, Rachel Todd, Amelia Tassiri, and Timur Yusinovich. And now we recognize the class of 2021.
For any families who might not already know, I'm Nick Mormon, the studio art teacher here at Humanities 4 and one of the founding members of the school. It's integral to the school's mission and identity that all students practice and act as what we call the artist scholar. I wanted to talk a little about what the role means to us here at HUM4. From their first day of classes, students engage in an artist process across all disciplines of reflection, revision, and creation. This process ensures the most successful and impactful work. As artist scholars, we reflect when we critically analyze issues impacting humanity. When we complete or create something new, we reflect on our successes and our shortcomings to better prepare us for future creations. This can look like Humanism Day and Ensemble, Socratic Seminar in History, or artist statements in our art classes. Reflection allows us, as artist scholars, to think critically. We revise when we engage in critique and make alterations to improve our work. Whether it be on choreography, an essay, a mathematical equation, or a portrait, artist scholars give and receive feedback to improve their work. Critique and revision creates trust and community. This brings us to the act of creation, which as an artist scholar means more than just completing an assignment or project. Artist scholars create with the intention of impacting themselves and others. We activate and integrate all learning when we create something new to empower ourselves and all others. I'm proud to say that all graduating students have actively carried themselves as artist scholars throughout the past 4 years, which has resulted in incredibly impactful and remarkable work. Most recently, we practiced the process of an artist scholar in our senior capstone projects. Our friend and colleague of the school, Lyndon Nathan, will be announcing the recipient of the Rob Matra Create Award. This award goes to the senior capstone project that is deemed as making the greatest impact in a community of choice. Dr. Lyndon Nathan was the founding principal and headmaster of Boston Arts Academy. She's an adjunct lecturer at Harvard Graduate School of Education and founded and co-directs the Perone Sizer Institute for Creative Leadership.
Greetings. Hello, everybody. I am very, very proud to be here to introduce the Rob Matra Create Award. Mr. Matra was a staff member at Humanities 4, and he unexpectedly passed away in 2019. He was dedicated to the success of all of the students in the school and to the entire community of Rockaway where he lived. I had the pleasure and honor of viewing all of these awards. And the reason I got to do this was because this senior grant project is inspired by some of the work that began at the school I founded in Boston, the Boston Arts Academy. And your principal, Hannah Keene, worked there for a time, and she got to see those projects, and she was inspired to bring that to your school. So that's why I'm here, because we are synergistically connected by senior projects. So I got to review all of the projects. I was so impressed with everyone's work. I asked Ms. Keene if I could have 2, since I thought there were so many good ones, but she said no, I had to just have 1. So, drum roll please. I chose Look Up by project director Nina Davidson, supported by Malaysia Dakari. And I selected that one because I was very impressed with the way that that capstone connected to the broader community, to the entire campus, not just to the individual school, and to the ways in which the creator of that project really thought about how she could help students who might not have enough confidence. And so this idea of laying decals down on the hallways, and then you would look up and see images and inspiration to keep you going. I was really impressed with that. The project director, Nina, is working with the New Visions team, with the project there to really understand the design process. And I thought it was an incredibly innovative proposal and project. And I'm excited to come back to your school and see those decals everywhere. And I hope other schools get inspired by this. So congratulations, Nina and Malaysia. Congratulations to all of you for completing your first senior project. I hope these projects take you to many different places. And if you're anything like my students in Boston, you will keep doing these projects for years to come. Congratulations, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Good afternoon. My name is Rebecca Jackson. I'm a founding mathematics teacher at Humanities 4, and I have the pleasure of addressing the class today. Founding class, you graduate today. It's the ceremonial end of your high school years and the beginning of your adult lives. After today, none of you will take an elective that you didn't elect for yourselves. After today, none of you will ask permission to go to the bathroom. You are ready, and it is time for you to choose how you become your best self. You've accomplished a lot over the past 4 years. You processed a heap of information that the Board of Regents thought was important. Some of it you've internalized and you'll apply it in your future work, or it'll help you be a better citizen. Some of it you forgot as soon as the ink was dry, and that helped you too, to discover what you enjoy and what you should spend less time on in the future. Some of your tasks got you so frustrated you wanted to cry. If you're like me, so frustrated you did cry. And that too, that struggle, strengthened you for the challenges that you'll face going forward. Just as your fatigue after a hard workout sets in motion a process that gives you more muscle for the next round, you can lift more now than you could in the fall of 2017. You can move more weight, you can manage heavier emotions, and you can tackle greater intellectual challenges. And you all have had to. The founding students knew when you joined Humanities 4 that you were going to be part of an experiment. This was an untested new school that would include surprising details like gratitude and breathing, or our beautiful dance studio. You could not have known that a worldwide pandemic would ravage our city and many of your own families. America's racial reckoning was and is a long time coming, and yet you could not have predicted that 2020 would be the summer it boiled over into your streets. You could not have prepared for the abrupt loss of a beloved counselor. Yet we have weathered all of these storms together, leaning on each other, even as we're propping each other up. I am continually inspired by how many of you aspired to be nice when you were envisioning your high school selves at our first summer bridge. So now it's 4 years later, and you're crossing another bridge. Some of you arrived to this day on a glide path. You have never failed a class, and you always knew what would come next after high school. That was me leaving high school. Happy, relaxed, hopeful. Some of you got here by the skin of your teeth. Right up to the 25th, you were losing sleep to get assignments turned in. That was me leaving college. Anxious, exhausted, relieved. Both of my graduations, though, gave me a clean slate. I couldn't rest on my laurels from high school, and I no longer had a backlog from college to catch up. I only had to set my sights on my next goal and start putting one foot in front of the other. So where does today's commencement send you? Will your next graduation be a college degree? Will it be moving up to management at work? Please visit us and share your successes. Maybe you will sign your first recording contract. Maybe you'll build a deck on the back of your house. We'll be cheering for you when you share your challenges with us too. Please come back and tell us when you bomb your Psych 101 exam or when your financial aid paperwork gets lost in the mail. I will never again be officially your teacher, but you will always be my beloved students. Someday, 10 years from now, I'm going to run into one of you on the sidewalk in Manhattan, and my elderly brain may or may not be able to put a name to your face anymore, but I will remember the experiences. I will remember Zooming with you at 9 p.m. as you tenaciously completed your proof project. I will remember when you told me I shouldn't be a teacher because there's a climate crisis to avert. I will remember watching the stars from the play structure at Washington Square Park with a whole happy bunch of you. And I will remember the first time you presented a problem at the board, unable to make eye contact with your classmates, but whispering your way through to the end. Each and every one of you has reminded me that we are all made in the image of the divine. Each of you has reminded me that I am richer for having taught at this school. And each and every one of you gives me hope for the future of humanity. You are ready, and it is time for you to choose how you will become your best self. Congratulations, class of 2021. Good afternoon. My name is Rebecca Jackson, and I'm a founding math teacher at Humanities 4. I have the pleasure of introducing Rachel Todd this afternoon. When New Visions and Ms. Keene began dreaming up this school, they did not imagine a place where the adults would design a curriculum, a culture, and a set of activities, and the students would compliantly fit themselves into our creation. We faculty asked artist scholars and their caregivers to co-create a school with us, and Rachel Todd took that invitation seriously. She joined the Astronomy Club, an hour of code, peer mediation and keepers of responsibility, the advanced placement program, and student government. She's consistently been on tiers of leadership. Rachel was present for every excursion, from ensemble trips to the Peculiar Patriot at Lincoln Center, from our annual beach parties to our overnight visit at Howard University. Rachel slogged through the online geometry course, and she offered kind, helpful, and specific feedback about why we should never do that again. She read Ta-Nehisi Coates first because he was assigned to her, and then watched his TED Talk because his ideas intrigued her. An earth science conversation with Mr. Mesidor was the spark for her interest in the RISE environmentor job. And when her PE class required her to run the mile, Rachel ran it to win it. At our Think shows, Rachel has exhibited her work, contributed to the setup, and then served as a docent to visitors. She has also represented Hume 4 at high school fairs, at ShoreCore, at Girls Who Code's summer immersion program, at NYU's urban journalism workshop, at the Y swimming course, at the Creative Coding Festival, and at PTA nights. She's a regular at our evening Zooms, respectfully arguing about colorism or discussing the heroism of Harriet Tubman. She's a mainstay of the school's pandemic-era podcast. She performed To Kill a Mockingbird monologue. She helped paint a mural in the music room. She decorated her ensemble's door with Mount Rushmore updated to represent Black History Month dignitaries. She handed out food at our Thanksgiving grocery drive. She wrote an op-ed about the window fencing. She was a speaker at Ayanna Henry's senior capstone project, and then she hosted her own, a DIY mask making workshop just a few days later. It is exhausting just listing all the ways that Rachel has involved herself at every opportunity in the work of creating what Hume 4 has become. It is with affection, appreciation, and a little bit of awe that the Humanities 4 faculty presents the Founders Award to the remarkable Rachel Todd.
Hey y'all, congratulations to all of us for accomplishing this major milestone. If you're anything like me, you've worked so hard on completing assignments, passing your exams, and participating in extracurriculars. All of your diligence and self-motivation has led to this exact moment, and we should all be proud. It's truly an honor to receive this year's Founders Award. I'm gonna keep this short because I really don't want to bore y'all. I've been granted amazing opportunities. I've been able to write an article for NYU through its urban journalism workshop, write an op-ed for a local magazine advocating for the removal of the school's fencing. I've been able to participate in Girls Who Code and become a teacher's assistant for Chavnik's Intro to Coding class, which thank you, Mr. Chavnik, for letting me into your class. I'm like the oldest student there. And I've even been able to work with scientists to research dolphins. However, my accolades are only the byproduct of those who've guided me throughout my high school career. So I want to thank some very special people who did just that. My grandma and my sisters for helping me and instilling wisdom through meaningful advice. My teachers Turner, Jackson, and Mormon for standing up for me, inspiring me, and giving me confidence. And finally, my good friends Nina, Joandy, and Jaden for supporting me, keeping me level-headed, and making me laugh. In December, when I was knee-deep in college essays, I wrote an essay about my identity. I was conflicted. I didn't know what the heck to write because each label I tried to put on myself never seemed right. I'm Guyanese, but I don't know anything about my culture. I'm a foster kid, but my experiences as a foster kid don't encompass who I am. I became frustrated because I didn't even know who I saw myself as. This made me think back to freshman year when I was 13 years old. If you remember me from back then, I was awkward and sweaty and very unhinged. I didn't even have confidence within myself to participate in the programs that I'm in now. But most of all, I was naive. I thought everything was supposed to be figured out by the time I was a teenager. Meanwhile, I didn't even know how to do my own laundry. Even after going through high school, experiencing all of its ups and downs, and being able to do some pretty cool things, I realized that I'm still that 13-year-old girl, albeit I'm a little less awkward, sweaty, and unhinged. I realized that I don't need a label to define who I am. Heck, I don't even need to know my identity yet, or have everything figured out, because I'm supported by people who share their guidance, wisdom, and laughter with me. So, in the fall, I'll continue to find myself at Binghamton University as a computer science major, thanks to y'all. Congratulations to the class of 2021. May the odds ever be in your favor.
Tavon B. Tavon Buchanan's parents and teachers may call him hard-headed when we're trying to get him to do something he doesn't want to do, but that stubbornness is a strength when he's facing a challenge he has committed to. Whether that is beating the regents, exploring his future career options, or caring for his little sister, when Tavon commits to a project, it will be done and well. Soraya D. Soraya Davis is who you go to when you need to glue your eyelashes back on. That purse of hers is a bottomless source of everything. She's also your go-to person when you just want a warm smile, to be seen and affirmed for the person you are, regardless of your struggles. Your best mornings are the ones where Soraya is there by the start of first period, to inspire your trust, maybe by fixing your edges before you go to class. Yoan F. Yoan Flores makes it his business to excel. He doesn't make excuses, he doesn't take the easy way out, and he never takes his eyes off the prize. This track record of challenges mastered gives Joan a quiet confidence that is taking him to Mercy College and beyond. Aiden G. A uniform school can feel limiting to a person with so much style, but envisioning his role fashioning an image for others has given Aiden Garcia an outlet. He's a sneakerhead, sure, but also an entrepreneur selling a variety of garments, making the world a more colorful place with his clothing and his personal spirit. Xavier Q. G. Xavier George knows when to act. Never too early, he has to keep his mom on her toes, but never too late. Music is his love, and ensemble activities, or academic work, didn't always inspire much enthusiasm. But when make it or break it time comes, you can count on Xavier to come through. Patrick H. Since 9th grade, Patrick has been an exemplar of trust. He goes out of his way to be supportive, even protective of his classmates, whether they are friends or meagerly fellow humans. He takes every opportunity to contribute to peer mediation and CORE and other systems to make our community take care of each other. He even brings games and joins in singing during our long commutes on excursion days. Ayana H. Ayana Henry has committed to dozens of challenges during her high school career. Advanced classes, leading assemblies, redecorating her room, or her outstanding senior capstone project. Sometimes someone else commits her, as when it was obvious to everyone else in ensemble that she was the spokesperson to represent us at Civics Day. And sometimes she doesn't love these tasks all the way through, but she commits without fail and makes herself, her ensemble, and her family proud. Eric M. Eric Malesio is always conscious of what other people need, and he helps others trust that their community will support them. When we did the ball toss in ensemble, Eric understood how very much Patrick wanted a chance to catch it. Now Eric is focused on computer science and human psychology and envisioning new ways to help his community. Ramaya R. It's hard enough to switch high schools after everyone else has made friends. It's doubly hard to switch during a pandemic. Ramaya Rosario joined our community in the spring of 2020 and immediately dug in. She has been vulnerably honest in ensemble conversations. Academically, she has been rushing toward an early graduation. Whether or not the task at hand feels comfortable, Ramaya chooses to act to achieve her goals. Amin Y. Amin Yunusi is quick to make his friends laugh, but he is serious about his future. Reflecting on his progress from immature frosh to disciplined senior, he has the confidence to take on too much work while finishing a challenging senior year. Reflecting on where he wants to go has been his drive to get it all done, and all with a bit of humor.
Estella B. Estella has always been a role model to her peers and to myself when it comes to the habit and vision. When I first joined Miss Beck's ensemble, I was extremely shy, but you were always so welcoming from the start. You have driven the vision of making our ensemble have a family atmosphere. You are always the one pushing out ideas for our ensemble trips and in our ensemble circle conversations. You even made sure I got my ensemble picture at prom. Your support for me and this ensemble will truly be missed. Jalea B. One of the habits that I've watched Jalea grow in is in trust. The first year in which you joined our ensemble, you were really shy and didn't talk much. It wasn't until the end of that year you started opening up to your ensemble members at lunch. And by year 2, you decided to open up to me so we can work on your confidence to the point where we lost track of time and made you late to physics. To now where we're on Zoom for hours going back and forth on making your final college decision. I know no matter what college you choose, you will open up and soar like a butterfly. Narlia G. Narlia has always been a role model to her peers when it comes to ACT. It all started when our ensemble was completing the Generation Citizen curriculum. You were the first to start making phone calls to interview the politicians in the Rockaway community. The following year, you were the first person to set up and start collecting names for the voting assignment Ms. Jackson created in the city. That same day, you gave a complete homeless stranger the rest of your pasta because they were hungry. I know if there are more people with the same level of ACT that you have in your community, the world is moving in the correct direction of change. Austin J. One of the habits I've watched Austin grow in is envision. These past years when we started the college and career lesson, you just always said to me, Miss Mullings, I'm going to be a chemist. You didn't think college was in your future. I really don't understand where this was coming from until one day I realized how many times you have questioned me about your credits and wanted to speak with Mr. Barley about it. But I knew your whole vision of your future changed when I got your text that you got accepted into your first college. Austin, you're a hardworking kid, and stop selling yourself short and push for more. Brianna LC. Even though you've only joined the Mullings family for a few months, one of the habits I've watched you grow in is in trust. I remember the day Miss Keene texted me and was like, someone requested to be in your ensemble. I was shocked because I feel like I'm the hardest and craziest ensemble teacher there is. But you honestly melted in perfectly, as if you were with us for all 4 years. So I know when you head off to Buffalo State, it will take you no time to find your crew and enjoy. Amelia M. Amelia has always been a role model to her peers when it comes to trust. Every excursion we have gone on in the city, we probably would have never made it there if it wasn't for you. We all know how many times I struggled with following the Google Map directions on my phone or trying to figure out if we were taking the train in the right direction. So I know you may feel lost about exactly what you want to do after high school, but I think you made the right choice by taking the next year to explore what is out there. You have excellent navigation skills, so I know you'll find your way. Isaiah M. Isaiah has always been a role model to his peers when it comes to commitment, especially during remote learning. On every academic phone call, my consistent line was, you have perfect attendance and are passing all classes. He was the first person to make his college decision and create his first year college schedule. I'm extremely excited for you in your start to your new journey in the physics world. Al-Dafai made the best choice accepting you. Shakai T. I couldn't choose just one habit because you have honestly shown growth in all 6. You have trusted the process that got you here to this very moment. Whether it was reflecting in our one-to-one convos or acting in the commitment to excel beyond the negatives that were distracting you from your true vision, receiving your high school diploma. I need you to continue to build this confidence within yourself so you can truly believe that you can do anything no matter what. Khalil TC. One of the habits that I've watched Khalil grow in is in commitment. I have seen you work so diligently to make sure your assignments get done no matter how long it takes. Numerous times, if the assignment didn't get finished before you left the building, you were willing to take it home to make sure it got brought back the next day. I have seen the same commitment during remote. If you didn't finish filling out a Google form during ensemble, you made sure the screenshot of completion was sent to my email. This true habit of commitment and having assignments completed will reflect in college and in life.
Prince C. Prince has shown tremendous growth in accountability, independence, and determination. He committed to staying on top of his college application process, and I am certain he will excel even further at the College of Mount St. Vincent. Kanisha H. Kanisha has shown tremendous growth over these past 4 years. I remember how reserved she used to be in science class and ensemble, but she's built trust with staff and her ensemble peers. I'm so glad to have been able to build a relationship with Kanisha. Andy P. One of the habits I've seen Andy grow in is ACT. Whenever I've conferenced with Andy, he's known what he's needed to do and he's always got it done. He's always been a hardworking person and an honest student and someone I can rely on to get things done. Suliana Reyes Garcia. One of the habits I've seen Suliana grow in is commit and envision. Suliana really committed to completing all components of her college application process on her own. She's always envisioned her dreams and goals after high school. She knows exactly what she needs to do to achieve those goals, and I have no doubt that she will be successful in anything she does. Willis S. One of the habits I've seen Willis grow in is excel and trust. Willis has built trust with his ensemble peers and school staff. It's been great to see Willis interact with his peers on field trips and during game days. He's also excelled in remote learning by consistently attending his Zoom classes and staying on top of his assignments and grades. Olga S. It's been amazing watching Olga's growth over these past 4 years. She's shown great determination in succeeding in school and making connections. She was in a new country with new people and learning a new language. And every year I've seen her learn and apply so many new things, make so many new friends, and trust us enough to share her thoughts, questions, and personal life. Have fun in Texas. I know you'll do amazing things. Corey T. Corey is constantly showing out for his peers and his community. He's honest and someone that you can trust to help execute any project. It's been great to see Corey mature and take on more responsibility over these past 4 years. Amelia T. One of the habits I've seen Amelia exhibit is excel. She has consistently shown determination and honesty. She is one of the most insightful students I've had the pleasure of having conversations with. It's been amazing seeing her creativity and intellect flourish over these past 4 years. I know she will achieve amazing things in Binghamton over these next 4 years.
Jaden A. It has been a pleasure to have been your ensemble facilitator and to have had the opportunity to create such great memories as I watched you mature over the years. May your journey through life be as equally as pleasurable. Joanne D. You have displayed qualities of a true leader. You have a no-quit attitude that is admirable, and the compassion and willingness to do all you can for those who may need your assistance. Live your life to the best of your abilities. You will do great things. Jonathan D. You have worked extremely hard to get where you are today. However, you are still nowhere near where you want to be. Keep striving for greatness, and you shall seek it. Best of luck to you in everything you do. Jaheem J. Your calm and easygoing demeanor is always welcoming. As you begin a new chapter in life, make sure the pages in your story always have substance and meaning. Live it up. Shamshur K. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for being an extremely exemplary artist scholar. The commitment and dedication to your academics as well as support for your peers is commendable. The future is ready for all of your greatness, young man. Ayana L. There is so much to say about how you've grown to become the amazing young queen that you are today. You have demonstrated the ability to make things happen on a multitude of platforms. There aren't enough adjectives to describe how awesome you are. Continue to strive for greatness. And you're out of P. Things in life aren't always going to make sense or happen exactly the way you want them. But look how far you've come. There is an abundance of wealth and happiness out there, just waiting for you to claim it. Don't stand idle. Go after your dreams with every ounce of your being. I wish you all the success in the world. Melanie R. Behind the soft-spoken persona is an individual full of emotion, passion, and a desire to excel at the highest level. You have many great attributes, and I can't wait for you to share them with the world. Tavon T. Continue to break down barriers and show the world your worth. Nothing is ever too much or too little when it comes to evolving and improving your craft. I've learned just as much or more from you during this ensemble experience. Time is all the time we have, young king. Go get it. Daniel T. Perseverance will be the driving force to your inevitable success. Don't allow yourself to get in the way of achieving your own goals. May all your thoughts come to fruition. Greatness awaits you, young king. Timor U. You have one of the most colorful personalities and are always willing to try and brighten up a somber mood. The hard work you put forth will always manifest itself because good usually comes to those who work for it. Don't ever settle for number 2. Samantha Z. Your energy and vibe is contagious. Samantha Z. Your energy and vibe is contagious. The fact that you're willing to look out for those less fortunate is a testament to your strong character. People around you are lucky to be in your presence. Never stop working hard and never stop smiling. Always be the best you can be.
Ernest A. Basketball is life for Ernest, and he has always committed from the start. He ensured that his grades were up to par and worked his way up from sitting on the bench freshman year to becoming a starting player. His commitment extends to putting a smile on everyone's face, as he is known as our resident entertainer on long excursions to the city with his "It's Showtime" dances on the train. China B. One of the habits I have watched China B grow in is excel. I remember that China really doubted herself through the college application process and really had to work on envisioning herself being accepted. She applied to over 20 plus colleges and was able to get into her 4-year college. Justin C. One of the habits I've seen Justin embody is trust. I remember our ensemble going ice skating for the very first time, and Justin was able to just take off on his own without any help. I watched as he helped his classmates find their balance and was excited to see him take the lead. He even encouraged me to get off the railing and join the rest of the students. I will always remember his encouraging words and his commitment to playing football. Michael C. Michael C. has always modeled the Create Habit Act. His actions are always intentional and done to ensure that his family is always proud of him. I will always remember him saying, "Miss Turner, don't forget to call home and let them know that I've been a good boy." His love for his family and his need to be seen as a good boy has always resulted in him putting in the work and action necessary to complete his goals. Nina D. Nina has always shared powerful reflections in her writing and has always revealed moments of reflection. Her warmth and genuine care for everyone's well-being is something that I hope she carries with her into the world. I can vividly remember our conversations while monitoring the bathroom and her introspection on life as a young adolescent. I hope she carries this with her. Starziana D. Starziana is the epitome of commit. For as long as I've known Star, she has always demonstrated her zeal for becoming a lawyer. She always seeks out opportunities to get more practice into the field and is on her way to becoming a fine lawyer one day. Rochelle D. Rochelle is new to my ensemble, but not new to me. I have always admired the way she excelled in school. She is always committed to her schoolwork and her task at hand.
Rochelle is passionate about becoming a vet and has already figured out her roadmap to that journey. She is smart in enlisting the help of others and isn't afraid to work hard. Malaysia D. Malaysia excels in everything she touches. Malaysia is a true example of what it means to work, and she is truly benefiting from the fruits of her labor. She has always shown a level of commitment to get the work done no matter what. She is willing to take risks and try new things like wasabi on our field trip to DC, or even ice skating. Even after falling numerous times, she would still get up and go out there as if nothing happened. Your resilience is unmatched. Jaden M. Jaden's commitment is one thing that stands out for me when I think about his progress over the years. He's a leader in his school community, and all of his peers look up to him. His commitment to football has always remained with me and has fueled some of his best classwork. He is committed to obtaining financial freedom and is always ready to impart knowledge on his peers about finance. Barhama N. Barhama is a hardworking student with endless potential and has exhibited the quality of excel throughout the years. He surpassed significant challenges and was able to work through his fears. Barhama is a practical thinker and always provides feedback on how lessons and trips could be done differently, and always found time to make every ensemble class interesting and funny. Obosa R. Obosa has shown commitment over the years to ensure that he finds success in everything that he does. He is committed to making his family proud and passing his classes while also finding time to commit to playing his beloved basketball while making his peers have a good laugh. Cassandra S. The word that comes to mind for me when I think of Cassandra is trust. She requires it of herself, her peers, and her teachers. I can remember her holding everyone accountable for their actions and making sure that the people she has in her life abide by that. I will always remember her for telling me like it is and holding me accountable for the things I said I would do, and for trusting me to get it right. Sophia S. Sophia is the personification of envisioning new possibilities. I will always remember her commitment to executing our Black History Month door decoration after our first attempt failed. You showed resilience in starting from scratch and envisioning a new plan that you were able to execute by enlisting the help of your classmates. I could always rely on you for sound feedback and solid advice on how to prepare lessons and trips. Rachel T. Rachel is the personification of what it means to trust the process. I am forever in awe of Rachel's intellect and her ability to use her voice to make impactful change in her school community. I like to think of you as our go-to student because you have always exemplified what a model student looks like. Notori W. Notori has exhibited commitment to this school in so many ways. Notori has always shown up for our school community, whether it was attending open house, recruitment fairs, or presenting her work to Harvard faculty. Her dedication and her resolve to stick by her word has always rang true for me, as I can remember clearly inviting many students to attend a recruitment event, and Notori was the only one who showed up to ensure that we had a student representative.
Francis B. One of the habits I've watched Francis grow in is perseverance. Despite going through some very unfortunate circumstances, Francis didn't allow that to defeat him. His determination and hard work allowed him to grind it out and still achieve his goals of passing and graduating. Those are winning attributes for life. Jamel BG. I don't think anyone has more confidence than Jamel. He could be down 99-1, but as long as he has that one possibility, he's going to try to win. Now, it may not seem that way because he's quiet, but during remote learning, I've learned a lot about that confidence. He's met close deadlines where you wonder if he's going to make it and crushes it. Hope B. I've never met anyone more serious about their grades than Hope. One of her greatest attributes is being a hard worker, and when the final results don't reflect that, it becomes a big issue. I admire that though. Take that pride in your work and make sure it's your best. Brashawn E. One trait that describes Brashawn is growth. The student I knew inside the building and the student I got to know during remote learning are two totally different people. Brashawn is attentive to details, even when you think he isn't listening. He's also talented at making music, which was definitely new from him. Brashawn has a bright future. I can't wait to see some of the things that he's going to do after graduation. Reynaldo E. One trait that describes Reynaldo is dependability. It is an amazing quality to do something you said you were going to do. During our check-ins, we create a plan and he would execute it and say, Mr. Williams, I got it done. That screams success to me. Elijah E. Elijah is cooler than the other side of the pillow. If you're trying to disturb Elijah, good luck in trying to shake him. Because no matter what he goes through, he has this cool, laid-back demeanor that lets you know that you're not getting to him. You have to admire that attribute because in life, there's going to be things that's going to happen just to get a reaction out of you. And if they can't get a reaction out of you, well, then you've won that battle. That's something that he's applied even into his work. No matter how behind it may look like Elijah may have been, his response always was, no problem, I got you. Angel H. If you don't know, Angel will make her presence known in the room. No, she doesn't have to be loud, but it's just the energy she carries with her. She's passionate about her friends, and when she puts her mind to it, she's crushing all of her goals. Darius J. Darius is a model student and a very genuine person. If anyone would feel uncomfortable, Darius will be one of the first people to make someone feel welcome. He is also a creative in music and also an inspiring singer-songwriter. What can you say? Darius is just that guy. Haria R. One of the habits I've watched Haria grow in is creativity. Haria is a very talented artist. Not only can she draw, but she can make beats as well. Some would never really know that because she usually keeps to herself and sometimes real quiet. But don't let that fool you, because if she wants to give you a piece of her mind, she will. Kenneth W. One of the habits I've watched Kenneth grow in is commitment. Commitment to completing his tasks, commitment to his peers, commitment to finding a way to get things done. Kenneth may not have all the answers, but no matter how difficult the task, he's willing to give it a try.
So what's your name? I said Tavon. I was playing basketball. I never knew I could make good songs. I'm feeling like the man, yeah, I'm feeling like I'm Trey Songz. Shorties used to dumb me, now I slap it out like it's ping pong. I say yeah, I feel like Chris Brown. I don't only making good music, I'm the hottest out of my town. Just a one take, everything that's coming off my head, you know this a freestyle. I ain't worried about none of you boys. Get some money and go cop a new toy. I'm just blowing red like it's Detroit. I ain't never ever had an Android. Couple of obstacles, but I was never just a bad boy. Yeah, I love my Uncle Leroy. A couple of girls at the avoid. Yeah, a couple of girls at the avoid. Yeah.
When I grow up, I'ma drive in a fast car. When I grow up, yeah, I'ma go real far. When I grow up, I'ma drive in a fast car. When I grow up.
I see where I'm going, new vision has come over me. You see how I'm going, new vision has come over me. Please be patient with me, I promise you'll see. New visions manifest a dream. Come along, free your mind without work and time. See a new vision, new vision.
Most of these dudes be stupid, they don't be your mans. Tryna commit to pass my classes, just trying to pass. Cause I wanna get jewelry, yeah, I wanna get it fast. Gotta reflect on my past, just till I get to the cash. Cause if I don't do it, who gonna do it for me? It's my life, it's my, it belong to me. Envision me by my mama, man, cause dudes be hating and they got no plans. Just wanna make my mama proud, that's the only thing that'll make me smile.
When I grow up, I'ma drive in a fast car. When I grow up, yeah, I'ma go real far. When I grow up, I'ma drive in a fast car. When I grow up,
I see where I'm going, new vision has come over me. You see how I'm going, new vision has come over me. Please be patient with me, I promise you'll see. New visions manifest the dream. Come along, free your mind with our work and time. See a new vision, new vision.
It's shy, I'm cool, and the ladies coming smooth. New vision, my school, this uniform brand new. And I'm always with my crew. You flexing, we hop out the coupe. We in a hotel condo view. Make a toast, my life brand new. Still with the God since middle school. We all got a Bentley coupe. These haters gonna hate, nothing new. Just shine, always be you. Lil' bro, keep grinding. This money come easy to you. This is your vision. Just follow your own shoes.
When I grow up, I'ma drive in a fast car. When I grow up, yeah, I'ma go real far. When I grow up, I'ma drive in a fast car. When I grow up,
I see where I'm going, new vision has